Hi guys, welcome back to Jess Creates. Today I have a share of a video that I recorded during National Scrapbooking Day weekend, and this was for a challenge that was posted in the Scrap Gals community Facebook group. Set by Julia, the challenge was to use watercolours, which I've had these watercolours for a long time and I haven't done a great deal with them, and I think this is the first time I've ever used them on a layout. And then from this, during the rest of the weekend, I think I used them about 4 or 5 more times. So thank you, Julia, for getting me back into using my watercolours. I'm just creating a bit of a background. I know that my photo's going to go sort of centrally on this page, so I've only really covered the corners with sort of pinks and yellows. I'm using some paper from the Cute Girl collection to back my photo onto. And this is a photo that I've printed in black and white. I printed it at home and it is of my little boy on the train looking out the window, and I thought it was super cute. So I'm backing it onto this pink piece of paper from the 6x6 paper pad, and then I use foam adhesive tape to back it because I wanted some sort of dimension, and I thought I was going to put it down like that, but then I decided that it needs another layer behind it. So I grab my tissue paper that came in one of my kit boxes. I tend to save bits of tissue paper now because I like using them as layering, and I don't feel too bad about kind of using the whole piece. If I'm using pattern paper and it's a paper that I love, I tend to cut out the centre of it. Whereas tissue paper, I think, oh, I could just use that whole piece. And I think it's really interesting how quickly your skills and your preferences change when you're scrapbooking. And this was one of my first layouts. This was the first Scrap Girls challenge that went up. And I think I'd only done maybe one layout before this one. And over the course of the weekend, I did 14 layouts. And today is Tuesday. I did another 2 challenges yesterday as well. So altogether, over the 3 days of scrapbooking, I completed 16 challenges. So I was kind of busy. But already I feel like there are things I would have done differently on this page because I feel like I've stretched myself and I've learned quite a lot more. And I've been watching lots of Sue's Fish on her YouTube channel, and going crazy with layers. So I think I want to go a bit more in that direction. So I'm just using some strips of paper. On the table there you can see my scraps box, which I think I need a bigger box, but if I could keep using them, then I won't need to do that. I've used some bits from the Wild at Heart Cocoa Vanilla Studio collection, which I've only just recently got, so I was very excited, and most of my layouts over this weekend have a little bit of Wild at Heart on them somewhere. So I'm just layering up some strips. I had thought about using the butterflies on that paper to have at the top of that little stack, but I quite liked the blue watercolour, and I end up covering it with bits anyway, so I probably wouldn't have done that if the butterflies had been showing. So I'm just sticking everything down here with a mixture of some cheap Wilko's double-sided tape, which is the very narrow one, and this one, which is a sellotape one, which I wasn't convinced I was going to like, but now I want to go and buy 10 of them because I so much prefer the wider tape. So I think I'm going to get some more of that. That was just from Wilko's as well. And I've used 2 different types of tape on this embellishment because the photo was slightly raised. I've used foam tape on the bottom piece that wasn't stuck onto the photo, and just standard tape to stick the top part on. So I'm just getting everything stuck down. I don't add a lot to this page actually. And it's quite a simple one. I was trying to keep most of my layouts fairly simple. I wanted to do as much as possible, so I wasn't spending too much time on each of them. So I've sped this bit up quite a lot because I kept stopping. I think I was chatting away to Sarah. So I've just done a doodly border, and I'm going to add in my journaling, which is just about Ben enjoying riding on trains and watching the world go by. And I've just underlined that. These are my enamel dots, and I'm using ones from the Sunshine and Happiness Simple Stories collection. So I've just got a new pack of those, and I've just put all my enamel dots onto a keyring that I stole from my boyfriend, so that I could keep them all together and keep them handy, which is something that I'd seen somebody else do. I'm afraid I can't remember who it was. And that is one of the Maggie Holmes Diamante green bow. And then I'm just adding on some tiny word stickers. I'm kind of running out, so the phrases are not always very appropriate. But these say, every day is a new beginning, enjoy, this happened, and I know, right? And I'm just looking at my layout and thinking, it needs a little something. So I've got this tag, this label, which I've cut in half because I'm going to slot it in on the side of my photo, and I've just put that we were heading to Meadowhall, and I'm just going to stick that on with some adhesive and kind of slide it in onto the side of my photo. And it's a kind of pale teal colour, and it kind of matches the leaves that I've got up at the top as well. So that's my layout. Thanks for watching.